last couple months I've not been reading nearly as much as I want to be. And that's for a lot of reasons, including school, being busy with travel, things even such as like procrastination or getting distracted by my phone, or generally just being in a reading slump, because earlier this year I was like so excited and I had a big goal and I was reading rapidly and it was amazing and I was forcing myself through a lot of books, therefore got into a major reading slump and that backfired. But I really want to fix that, and I feel like I'm slowly starting to get back into the mood of reading. And also we have 2 months left in the year. I know I'm not going to reach my goal, but I just want to see how much I can finish before, you know, the end of the year. But right now I'm in the middle of 3 books in this video, and those are Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is by J.K. Rowling, and also Scythe by Neal Shusterman. Right? Shuster. Those are the 3 books that I'm in the middle of right now. I need to finish within this series. At least that was the goal. And then I also went and finished Pride and Prejudice last night. So that one's already off the list, much faster than I thought it would be, because I thought I had like 10-15 chapters left and I actually had 5. So that was a happy surprise. That one was a school book, so I was reading it for school, but also one that I really enjoyed. So at times when I had procrastinated on it and needed to like crunch, I was not enjoying it as much. But like looking back, and also when I got to like slow down and read through it, I really loved that. And so I'm hopefully gonna get to watch the movie this week. If I do, I'll show it to you. So basically, the 2 books that I will be actually reading, that you'll be seeing in this video, will be these 2, Harry Potter and Scythe. What I'm gonna try and finish first is this one, Harry Potter, because I have only a few chapters left about that section. To be honest, going from Pride and Prejudice with like, you know, big words and 1700s language and lots of description, and I love that, to a kid's book has been a little bit weird, you know what I'm saying? It's taken me since like July to finish this book. But that's why we're gonna finish it now, and I feel like I might take a break from Harry Potter after this book just for a little bit, because I feel like maybe I might enjoy it a little bit more after some time. And then the second book is Scythe. I'm kind of just under halfway through this one, so this one I have more to read. The chapters are short, it's easy to read, and it's pretty interesting if I remember. But those are the 2 I'm going to be working on.
Hello, lovelies.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's the one.
That's the one.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, these are the only 2 books I'm going to be reading, and I'm really excited to finish them up. I'm going to be doing some traveling to my grandparents this week, Monday to Friday. I'll be driving the car a lot, but also might have some free time, so hopefully I'll be able to get a lot of this done during then. At least this one finished. This one probably continued, if not finished. But honestly, this video is just gonna go until whenever I finish it. But that's all I have for now, and I don't really know when I'll see you guys next, but hopefully soon. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. everybody, it's been a minute since I've last talked to you, probably about a week, maybe 10 days or so. But a lot's happened since I last spoke to the camera, you know what I'm saying? Went to my grandparents. We went to 2 bookstores in a matter of 48 hours because it was not Black Friday, but the week before, and so they're already starting to get sales out and stuff. So we did a little bit of that with my grandparents, a little bit of shopping, and we went to Barnes & Noble. And then the second bookstore we went to is the Lake Erie Book Company. It's something like that. That's what it's named. But we've been there before, and we absolutely love it because if you like bookish merch, that's a place to definitely go. They do have books there, obviously. But they also have really cool book related cups, stickers, magnets, shirts, bags, literally everything you could think of. And so this past trip I got a cup. As you saw, I finished Harry Potter and I think I rated that 2 stars maybe. I did not like that book in the series very much. Part of it could just be the time at which I read it, being in a huge reading slump for several months. And I don't know, just the ending was really dry for me because it was just going and going and going, and it kind of felt like the author was just making random things happen to add on to the drama, but I was this does not make sense whatsoever. And you're just why? It was already dramatic enough, I guess, in my opinion. So that was not my favorite book in the series. Also, as you saw, I started reading the book Scythe again. It's just under halfway through with that one, I think. Because I remember when I started it back up, I was at chapter 19, so I'd read this much. But now I've read this much. I've been reading this a lot this week. We had so much time in the car, I just kind of binged this. And then also, if I'm not editing a video or doing something else after I'm done with school, I'm reading this. I'm not at all sure if I'm gonna rate it yet, or even really how I feel about it, because I really like it, and there's aspects where I'm the characters are great, the plot is great, this is all working out. But then on the other hand, it still messes with my brain, their world, I guess, because when they die, I'm oh my gosh, but then I forget they have a revival center and it can bring them back. And so my brain is still not processing that. And honestly, reading this book makes me never want their job. I don't want their job. That would be terrible. But yeah, so I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna rate this one yet, but I think at the end I'll do a general overview of kind of what I read. I know I talked a little bit about my thoughts on Harry Potter and stuff, so I won't go too in depth, but basically just brief summary of ratings for each of those, especially Pride and Prejudice, because I don't think I talked too much about how I felt about that one. Or at least even what I rated it, I don't know. So that's all. I'm on chapter 35 out of 40. And so I'm almost done with this. I think I have 55 pages left or so. And so I think that's what I'm going to do tonight, is I think I'm going to try and finish this. But that's all the updates for right now. I think I'll talk to you guys about when I finish this book. So bye!
A few moments later.
Oh my gosh, guys, things are getting so intense. I cannot. I have 3 chapters down, 3 chapters left, and I'm freaking out. Okay, this has got to get better. So that's all I had to say, but I really don't know what's happening right now. So yeah. everybody, so it's been a couple days since I finished Scythe. I've collected my thoughts and opinions and feelings about the 3 books I read in this, and then reviewed my reviews on them, if that makes sense. And so really quickly, I'm going to do like a super brief recap of like what I thought about each one, kind of just yap for a second about these books, and then we'll be finished with the video. But the first one you saw that I finished was Pride and Prejudice. I think I rated this like 4.75 or 5 or something, and I really loved this book. I don't know, I felt like I was getting smarter reading it. Just kidding. But I did have to stop and look up words a lot because it's written in like that old English and stuff, but I did really enjoy it. At first when I finished it, I was like, hallelujah, I'm done with it, because I read it for school. But like the more time went on, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this book. And I loved Jane the sister and Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, and just like the whole concept of this. And so as you can see, I have a lot of tabs for this one, which I feel like I say a lot on videos, but like for me, if I've tabbed it a lot, that usually means like I really liked it, because it's usually like a lot of quotes or things I found like funny or something. So I'll definitely read this one again, probably not anytime soon, because it is a time commitment, but I do really like this book. I've already have like a Pinterest board about it, as I often do when I read a book. I have looked on Etsy, and there's like all sorts of cool stickers about Pride and Prejudice. I watched the movie. I didn't show you in the video because I forgot to film it, but when we were in my grandparents' house, we did watch the movie, and I think there's 2. We watched whatever the newest one is, like the most recent one, and I really liked that. So I think I'm just gonna say I rated this 5 stars because I really did enjoy it. And I want to read more of Jane Austen now. I feel like I'm just gonna do like, maybe in 2026 I should do like read every other month or something. I'm kind of thinking about doing a video of like where I set up my 2026 reading journal, or at least show you what I'm gonna do with that, because I have things that I want to do again next year, but also things that like I want to do differently. So maybe I'll do a video about that. But anyway, I really enjoyed this book, and I think my overall rating would be 5 stars for this one. The next one I read was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which the bookmark is still in there, so that fell out. Anyway, the next one I read was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which I liked. So I feel like the last 2 books, I hit a reading slump right when I was like reading them, and so that could very much affect my rating. But like I feel like I would have liked Harry Potter a lot when I was like younger for like nostalgia purposes and stuff. But I rated this one 2 stars because I found myself kind of bored a lot through the middle, but that also, again, that's right when I hit the reading slump. So I don't know, I might take a little bit of time before I read the next book. Try to like, I'm in reading slump recovery, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I'm starting to read books more, but I don't want to like start Harry Potter and then just go like right back around. So that was my thoughts on this one. I do like the series though. I love Hermione, she's my favorite character. Ron would be my second because he's just like hilarious. I don't know, he's just so funny. I love like the castle setting. I love when they do like fun events and stuff like that. I think that's always fun. So I do like the Harry Potter series. Just this book was probably not my favorite, so my rating for this one was 2 stars. And then the last book I finished was Scythe, and I think I rated this one like 2.5 or something. Again, these ratings could be very biased by like the reading slump, very much influenced by them, because it was towards the middle section that I was struggling through a little bit, which was right when I like stopped reading altogether. But the beginning very much intrigued me when it was like, we're immortal now, like we've figured out how to like defeat the purposes of death and we can revive and stuff. And so it kind of like is an interesting perspective. It like twists your brain a lot. I like struggled with that part for a long time. I was like, oh my gosh, they died, and then they just come back because they know how to revive people now. I'm like, oh, okay. So I feel like for the first a lot of chapters I was like really into it, And then towards the middle I slowed down, but towards the end I sped up a lot again, because it's like just when you think it can get worse, it does, because it's like more plot twists over and over again. But it was like really well done, whereas I feel like in Prisoner of Azkaban I didn't like the way it was done as much, but this one I felt like it generally was just like nicely wrapped up the book with like a nice little bow, but also made it like crazy and exciting and stuff. So towards the end I was like struggling to put it down if I tried. I really liked the last chapter and like the ending of the character development and stuff. I'm gonna spoil stuff here, so fast forward if you would like. But I liked how when they split to two very different scythes to be their teachers or mentors or whatever you call them, they had two totally different experiences, and it very much affected who they became as a scythe, like the way they thought through things, their opinions and beliefs and stuff, and was very much like if you're spending that much time with a person and being mentored by them, that very much like affected them. I thought that was interesting, and how like towards the end they were like still themselves, but they also were like very different versions of themselves, if that makes sense. I thought that was cool, and how at the end Citra, that's how I say it, I don't know if that's right, but Citra, the backstory behind her name, the way that she's gonna be like the change in the scythedom, if that's how you say that. And so I just liked the last chapter, how they did that, how she was so smart to do the thing with the ring. If you know, you know. Really liked that part. And what I think is nice is I think there's like 3 or 4 other books in the series, but what's nice about this one is it brings it to enough of a conclusion that you're like, I don't need to read the next book, but it gives you the option to keep going. So I like the way this wrapped up just as this one book. I don't think I'm going to continue in the series. So yeah, those are the 3 books that I read in this video, as you saw. And by this time, I think I have reviews up for all 3 of them. So if you're worried about content warnings, stuff I noticed in the book, stuff you want to be aware of in the book, or even just my thoughts and opinions in a more concise, less rambling way, those are all under posts on this channel. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. My dog is asking to get on the bed. Oh my gosh. So my dog joined me today, but wanna say hi? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in another like full-length video soon. If you have any ideas whatsoever, please let me know, because I don't know what to do. But like and subscribe. Jesus loves you guys so much. Gabe says bye. I say bye. Bye.